What's poppin', gods and goddesses out there? Yes, you are now into the virtual metaverse room of House of Harlem Studio. That's right. I am your host, Kia L. And of course, I always have to the right of me, in the front of me, in the back of me, my hitter Shaka L Bay in the room as per usual. And you already know my second hitter, Waji, will be in the building on the back end of things. Man, I am sitting in this seat right now and I just feel it just feels weird. I haven't been here in a while. On top of that, when I was here it was just for a short period of time, and it's just starting to feel like it's something foreign, something very new. But anyway, I am definitely going to get into the flow of things. Um I just want to know how you guys' week was so far. We're going into Friday. Um, Mercury is in retrograde, and I have been acting out. So I want to publicly apologize to anyone that I may have offended this week. I have heard it this week. I do sincerely apologize, and I just have to get back on track and get myself right. But with that being said, what y'all already know, there is a lot of chat to be spoken about, right? Y'all already know. We gotta get the chats on. Y'all, if y'all haven't heard, y'all know y'all always gonna hear from us. We're gonna get the raw. There was a state supreme ruling. That's right. Biden, OSHA, and all of y'all. Goodbye. You were denied. Denied. So hopefully I'll be reading a little snippet of what that ruling was all about. But for those who are the conspiracy theorists, the ones who don't believe in the vaccines and excuse me, see, I got to get the flow of things. Don't believe in the slabber jabber or the mask. You may want to stay tuned for this convo. Yes, yes, yes. If you haven't heard, there was a decision made once again in court in regards to Cardi B and the famous blogger Tasha K. So we're going to speak all about that ruling and what does this mean for the bloggers now? Could they possibly be sued and win? Mm-mm-mm. Can't be putting nobody business out there like that, I guess. And I don't know if y'all been up on game, but y'all know how we do. We do our research. We always have our conversations. We always have our proof and evidence to support and back us up. But yes, although the National Guard has been here, but more has been deployed, and they've been deployed directly into the hospitals. One hospital in particular is in Coney Island Hospital. So, yep, we gonna get them chats on because what does this mean? This kind of gives me like a little chill, little eerie feeling. I don't like that. I don't like that. What's that all about? Are they really trying to come in there to do what? I mean, Fauci says he's very optimistic about the Omicron, being ceased. Joe Biden seems to be having a turnover in regards to the mandate. So, like, why do we need the National Guards now when everything is supposed to be ending? Let's talk about it. Let's come up with some kind of, theories or some scenarios in regards to that. Ah, what else? What else do we have out there? What else do we have? There's so much news that comes across that comes to me so much. It's just hard to keep up with at this point. All right. I also definitely we got to talk about New York, the state of New York, city of New York. Kathy Hogle. We got to give her a nickname. We definitely got to give her a nickname. However, she decides, right?
Yeah, chat. Let's hear some nicknames if y'all got any.
Yeah, Kathy. We got to give
Let's
her.
see what we could come up with this one here.
Yeah, we got to give her. Because you know me. I already got something for the other coons, so I definitely need something for her. She decides to move forward with the mandates and go against the Supreme Court ruling. What's that all about? Excuse me, every time. Um, Schools are bringing home test kits as per usual. Teachers and students are definitely protesting and are against certain mandates. And it's just a lot going on, guys. There's so much going on. There's so much that we got to talk about. We haven't been here in so
No
long.
doubt. It's definitely a lot to talk about, and we gonna definitely talk about it. So
Yes.
that's what's up.
Excuse me. I sent my engineer. I'm always yawning
Yeah,
up here
enough of
lately.
that yawning, yo. You
I
gonna
know
make
I'm
everybody else
so.
tired. You gonna rock everybody to sleep.
I'm so sorry. I gotta get it together, guys. I gotta get it together. Um, I sent my engineer a video. Now, I don't know if we're gonna be able to play this video, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just so leery. Are we out of the hot spot as far as
Nope, not
um?
quite yet. We still
What?
in the red zone.
How the hell we in the red zone? We
We
haven't been
are
on here in
still.
like 8
It
years.
don't matter. It's 90 days, whether you on or
Oh
off.
man, how
So
long is 90
we got a
days?
whole.
It's really
We got a
200? Like
we got a
90 days
whole fast.
past. Man, I'm
We
not
have
trying
to
to hear
hold
that, man.
fast.
Y'all going, I'm telling y'all, Patreon is going to be the app, the probably the only way with us. Cuz this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean,
This is
we doing
ridiculous.
what we doing. It's nothing. It's nothing that time. They say time heal all wounds. So we gonna let the time do what it do, and we gonna get right.
All right. Well, according to the weau.com, I'm so sorry, guys. They have said that Byron, we're gonna call him Byron. That's his nickname. Yeah, you know what? Make a sound effect for every time I yawn. I don't think that'll be good. But Byron administration officially withdraws vaccine for businesses. I wonder why. I wonder why. Let's read. Go ahead. Before we go ahead, give your opinion about that because I have a little snippet of the Supreme Court ruling, and I'm gonna talk about it.
Yeah, yeah. This is gonna be
The Supreme
interesting.
Court, State of New York. What does this all mean? What does this all mean? The judge was like, get out of here. He is like shaking his head. I'm sorry, guys. It's like, I guess the cameras, the light, the action is like, it's just all. But let's get these articles going. Let's get these articles going before I just like fall asleep, man. For real.
All right, Supreme.
Let's get the actual ruling. Okay, eventually. Okay. I'm going to read a little snippet of what I do have until he get ready to pull it up, but it says eventually in March 2021 the New York State legislature curbed former Governor Cuomo, the Coons, authority as well as any future governor um to issue executive orders during a state disaster emergency. So you have to see Executive Law 29-A. Essentially, Executive Law 29-A prevents the type of mandates and this type of mandates I and directives that former Governor Cuomo included in his virus COVID, COVID whatever related executive order.
Right. So basically, what it's saying here is, um, uh, um, the New York. Hold up, is this the right one? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's
Okay.
for the mask mandate.
So what happens is it says the New York State Department of Education issued a statement Monday telling schools to continue following Governor Kathy Hochul's mask mandate after the state Supreme Court judge struck down the rule. So they are not even listening to their own judges and abiding by the decisions made by the judicial branch of the state government. What's wrong with these people? They think they could do anything. Now, what it says is why it matters. The agency pointed to a case in Albany County where the state Supreme Court judge denied, denied a challenge from two school districts, ruling that Hochul and the state's health commissioner have the authority to issue a mask mandate in the schools.
What grounds? Because according to
Right.
the actual ruling, they're given laws. Executive Law 29-A, they don't have any grounds. Okay, they have nothing. It says the issue presented here does not include a challenge to any executive order issued by Governor Hochul, but rather a challenge to the enactment of a rule promulgated of December 10, 2021 by an administrative official of an executive branch agency to wit the commissioner and enforced publicly by Governor Hochul. Notably, in her executive order of November 26, 2021, Governor Hochul declared a disaster emergency in the state of New York, but however, respondents admit in their answer that currently there is no state disaster emergency. And see respondents' answer in paragraph 12. Ideally, the respondent would have the declaration of November 26, 2021 alone suffice to legally support the promulgation and enactment of 10 NYCRR 260, the mask mandate, as well as the commissioner determination, but it does not, particularly in view of the amendment of Executive Law 29-A by the New York State legislature, as well as the respondents' admission. So pretty much, they didn't even have their paperwork in order. You ain't even got your paperwork in order. Yeah, y'all clearly state that there isn't a disaster, but then you're still requesting for a disaster. You know what? The whole goddamn thing is nothing but a disaster. Continue reading your article.
Okay, so it says the State Department of Health will appeal Monday's decision, which will result in an automatic stay that will unambiguously restore the mandate until such time as an appellate court issues a further ruling. The state, the Board of Ed says. I'm gonna keep calling it the Board of Ed because it's too much to go on. All right. It says driving the news, enacting any laws to end C is entrusted solely to the state legislature. So now they talking about laws are going to end this pandemic, not anything else, not science, not the truth, none of that.
Law.
They talking about laws are going to end it. This is how naive they think you are. So then it said, should the state legislature representative of and voted into office by the citizens of New York after publicly informed debate decide to enact laws requiring face coverings in schools and other places, then the commissioner will likely be well grounded and properly promulgated to enact rules to supplement such laws. So now they're trying to justify if they do or go against the ruling that's already been handed down to them, telling them that they don't have any merit to go ahead and do this with these mandates in the schools and other public places. They're trying to justify when they go against these rulings by their constituencies in the judicial branch.
Listen. You know why I'm yawning? Because this is all bull crap, okay? They're going to get shut down, okay? They're going to get shut down once again. They can appeal and appeal and appeal. They have no substantial evidence to support their claim. And guess what? They got to go by what they already submitted, and they submitted a bunch of bull crap. That's why there's a whole bunch of yarns coming up in here. We're tired, okay? You have no scientific evidence to back you up in regards to the mask. You have no scientific evidence to back you up in regards to the slabber jabber. Just knock it out. All of a sudden, Biden wants to dismiss all of these mandates. I wonder why. Elections are coming up. Steadfast, steadfast, steadfast. Listen to me. We got a big problem on our hands. Although the National Guard has been here in the city, in the subways, especially in Times Square, Union Square, 34th Street, and all of that other stuff, right? Tell me why the National Guard was deployed into the hospitals 3 days ago. And one of the hospitals that they particularly was deployed to was for medical help was Coney Island Hospital. Can somebody tell me what the bluck is going on here?
Like, they got to guard the people in the hospital from the killer sharks and all of these other dangerous fish that might come out of the Atlantic Ocean and attack Coney Island Hospital. What's that about? They on some nonsense.
So I sent a video. Hopefully he can play a little snippet and stop it, and we can give our commentary in between because stuff is going on. Not to mention several monkeys were being driven into Long Island. There was a car crash. The two monkeys escaped, and all of a sudden the CDC and the ABB and the BBE and all these other entities had the nerve to be searching for them. And they told the people if they come across them that, they could possibly be ill. We're going to have to read up on that story and see what is going on. And the lady who was help transporting the monkeys supposedly is sick.
Yeah.
And they were being taken, guess where? To a lab. Isn't that very interesting? Isn't that very interesting? They supposedly found the two monkeys that escaped, and they said they were going to do some further research. Who was they? The CDC, Center for Disease Control, by the way. And they wound up killing them.
Yeah.
I wonder what type of viruses those monkeys were carrying. And I wonder what were they going to be examining with those monkeys once they got to the lab. And I wonder what type of illness does the lady have that was in close contact with the monkeys. Be interesting. Very, very interesting. So we have a lot to speak about because I don't want us to get too comfortable and detour what is like the primary focus, and that is to keep our eyes on the prize, and that is our dear, lovely government who cares so deeply about us and cares about our health and our well-being. They care so much about us. And so because they care so much about us, we have to stay focused and watch their every move because we thank them for caring so much about us. Don't you think? So we got to pull these articles up to read about them because I'm just, it makes my hair stand up when just the thought of monkeys escaping and possibly creating another pandemic, and while everybody is just dancing and doing the drill dance and doing everything, we're still here, dealing with all of this. And nothing but politics, and politicians playing with our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. And we just allow it to happen at this point. We have allowed it to happen. And some of us will never get it. Some of us will never get the psyop right in front of your faces. But some of us are very aware, but afraid, and still won't do anything. And then you have some people who are going to go against the grain and fight to the bitter end. I commend those people.
Indeed.
But anyway, what article do you have?
Indeed. Indeed.
Monkeys are all over the place.
Let's see.
While he's getting that, we want to talk about Cardi B and Tasha K. For those of you who don't know Tasha K is a very known blogger. We can call her that for once. YouTuber. Someone who's on Instagram. Recently got her own personal app and website. But she just talks a lot about, the gossip of the celebrities. She just mentions a lot of things. A lot of times she do have some sort of inside source that gives her all the scoops, and she speaks about it. Well, she years ago spoke about Cardi B allegedly having herpes. Her and Cardi B kept going back and forth with it. Cardi B, to my understanding, tried to make a truce on the back end and told her that, her making these statements is defamation of character, and that the allegations, the alleged allegations, were not true. They went back and forth to court, and finally, when Cardi B got on the stand and poured her eyes out and cried and spoke about how she felt like ending her life because of this blogger and her putting out that she had herpes, and interviewing former stripper friends, and them exposing Cardi B and saying what type of character she was and that she possibly might have herpes. Well, the court has granted Cardi B the $4 million. Tasha K has to pay Cardi B $4 million. So Tasha K, to my understanding, lost the case. What does this mean for bloggers? I know bloggers are like, peeing in their pants right now, because the whole idea of blogging is to give your commentary and even some facts, if and proof and evidence, if you can provide about anyone, even yourself.
Yeah.
So now, do these bloggers have a job? Will they have a job a year from now? Because you can no longer, because of this case, there's a strong possibility that a lot of celebrities will be suing left and right if you put information out about them, especially if it's not true. So, once again, I'm yawning. I guess that was a boring story, but it just goes to show that things are changing right now, and that this ruling is a game changer. I want to give a shout out to Ms. Jones, because she really put that on the map and gave me an idea of this is before the ruling, before the decision, the court decision. She just kind of like gave me an idea of where the future stands for, a lot of these bloggers who definitely, this is their earning, this is their career, this is their job. So I don't know. But do you have the article? Well, I sent the video. That's not happening. Okay, the article about the monkeys.
The monkeys.
Yes.
All right.
And then also the article about the National Guards being deployed to Coney Island. I guess I'll get that. The thing is, I wanted it to be pulled up.
That I think we could pull up.
I may mention that the National Guard was going to be deployed to 12 states, but now they're finally here. There's a video of them actually walking into Coney Island's hospital. I don't know if it's a picture because you can't play the video.
My name is Matt Pinella with Pinella Construction. When it comes to running a business, you need to be insured. Next Insurance makes that process.
Concerning medical personnel arrive at Coney Island Hospital to treat COVID patients.
They will give healthcare workers some much needed breaks. CBS 2's Natalie Dudridge has this.
I think, especially over the past 2 years, there's burnout. Ashley David is a nurse.
So, supposedly, I was gonna say allegedly, the National Guard was deployed to the hospitals to give the nurses help. We're 2+ years into this pandemic. Things seem to be settling down. Why would all of a sudden right now the National Guard be deployed, to the hospital?
Her own father in the hospital. She says working nonstop throughout the pandemic has been exhausting. We need mental health, we need emotional health. That's why the federal government sent military physicians, nurses, respiratory therapists, and medics as temporary reinforcements to New York hospitals. The latest COVID wave, including Coney Island Hospital, where 24 military personnel started this morning.
My doctors and nurses have been working without vacation, often on very long shifts, and so we're incredibly grateful.
Though COVID cases.
So the doctors have been working very long shifts all of a sudden. You guys have to remember, a lot of nurses and doctors literally were told to not come back to work by a certain date because they refused to take the slabber jabber. So is it because of the so now whoever is left over are now working these long shifts, and is this the reason why they're now deployed the National Guard when they could have just freaking not fired all the people? You got certain states, yeah, it rubbed off on you. We got certain states where if you took the slabber jabber and you are positive for with Rona 19's, you're positive with the test, but you don't have any symptoms, you can go back to work. Matter of fact, if you do have some symptoms, you can still go back to work because you took the slabber jabber, right? But yet, if you didn't take the slabber jabber and you test positive for the Rona, then you can't come in. I'll wait.
Ba-doom, boom.
Okay, nobody ain't saying nothing.
That's crazy.
Increasing citywide, Coney Island Hospital says it's seen a higher caseload due to the neighborhood's older population.
Our hospital recently reached a peak of 220 COVID positive patients. That's almost 80% of the crisis level of April 2020.
80 teams, mostly funded through FEMA, have already been dispatched throughout the state to assist with 911 calls and patient transport. Our military.
I don't trust it. It seems suspect. You got to remember, right now, if we could read this article with Fauci stating that he's optimistic about this recent variant Omicron coming to a end in March. So then why would they still be deploying all these people here into these hospitals? Literally at the last minute, something is suspect, and doesn't sound. And
how
not
could
only
they
that,
put a date on it like that? How
do
could they
you
do
know?
that?
How do you know?
How do they know? Okay, it's gonna stop that. So we know, homie gonna be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go on vacation real quick. I'm gonna
Around March.
Yeah, I'm gonna let the flu and pneumonia rock out. Let them get their money. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be that. So
I know predictions exist, but how could you even predict something like this? How do you predict? Even measure it? What measurements are you using to come up with this conclusion? It's just mind blowing to me. It is just mind blowing. But anyway, I just you gotta read between the fine lines when these people are giving their news. They're giving their fake news. Hold on.
Our military Doctors, nurses, and respiratory therapists come from 4 different military installations across the nation. They bring with them an overabundance of medical experience and knowledge.
Having the military come, it's nice to know that, what we're doing isn't in vain and that people are seeing the struggle and acknowledging it.
The U.S. Department of Defense medical team will assist hospital staff for at least a month. Experts say until this latest wave is under control. In Coney Island, Brooklyn, Natalie Duddridge, CBS 2 News.
Yeah, we listen. Listen. Listen, Nina. Boro Nina.
We don't believe you. You need more people.
It doesn't add up. They didn't even deploy this amount of when it began. They came and brought some ships over that nobody was able to get off from. They set up a fake tent for a hospital that nobody ever went in. What is going on? What is going on?
Man.
It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. Well, they're here. I hope all is well with the people who are admitted into the hospital, with the people who are in the hospital, because these people are not trustworthy. This is the government. This is how they're operating, and some of us are test studies. We're falling subject to the shenanigans, and it's just unfortunate. But anyway, moving forward. What else do you have to speak about?
Well,
shout out to the chat.
Yeah, shout out to the chat in the building. You know what I'm saying? So now we talking. We spoke about the truck carrying 100 lab monkeys crashes on the Pennsylvania highway. It says. It says a woman who stopped to help a truck after carrying 100 lab monkeys crashed in Pennsylvania fears she caught an illness after one of the macaques hissed in her face, leaving her with pink eye symptoms. No, not pink eye, but the symptoms. Like what are the symptoms of pink eye? Your eye gets pink. What the hell? It says, while the exact location of the lab and the type of research for monkeys for which the monkeys were destined weren't clear, the cynomolgus whatever. Yeah,
probably so.
The Chernobyl monkeys are often used in medical studies. So these were monkeys that were held against their will, being tested on for all kinds of situations.
And these particular monkeys are the ones that they use.
And this lady talking about she got hissed in her face. The monkey hissed at her, and she got pink eye. Get the fuck out of here. That shit sounds so stupid. Somebody trying to get a come up.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody pockets ain't right.
These monkeys don't look right too. The crab-eating macaque, also known as the long-tailed macaque and referred to as the cynomolgus monkey in laboratories. So they're primate natives of Southeast Asia. Very interesting. I wonder why do they use these monkeys to as test subjects, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He hissed at her. Yeah, you got to read, up on this story from another news article, because there are some really key things to look into with this story. Once again, they're transporting, they're doing so much. They're experimenting. And once again, we become the victims of all that they're doing. And it's just unfortunate. Somebody hits at you and now you got a pink eye. You're a victim.
Yeah, it just sounds...
He's like, yeah, I see where you were going in the beginning, but in the beginning... In the beginning,
in the beginning,
in the beginning.
in the beginning. So
That thing's
that's
hilarious.
that's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous.
Right. So, you know, there's more to that story, but we gonna have to leave that alone because
Yo, real quick, yo. I don't know if y'all aware of this. It says a man who spent 2 decades in prison for murder is released after his twin brother confesses to the crime. Hey, yo, hold up. We gotta go. We gotta hear this one out. This one is just too entertaining to let go by.
okay.
It says years after his twin brother confessed to the murder he was convicted of in Illinois, man was released from prison. According to Illinois documents, ain't gonna say his name. KD was found guilty of a 2003 gang-related killing in Chicago and was sentenced in '05. After spending nearly 2 decades in custody, he was released on Tuesday, January 26, years after his twin
I
brother,
know he ain't gonna ever talk
confessed
to
to
him
the
again.
crime.
He gonna ever talk to him. So
Word.
so now, yeah, I wanna know.
Hold
Know.
on.
Let
It
me
says-
get my snacks, please.
It's
Yeah. I wanna know. Will the brother now go? Now, will the brother do the rest of the time?
oh yeah, the brother might do. Oh man, hold on. We're gonna get into this. We are delighted that K is free after almost 20 years of incarceration for a crime he did not commit. His lawyer said. We look forward to ensuring that he remains free. Now, if the twin brother confessed to the crime, there's no reason why he should not remain free.
Okay.
Unless both of these niggas is buck nutty, there's no reason why this man should not remain free. But I digress. D and his identical twin KS
They can't figure out who's really
were
lying here.
involved in the same gang, the conservative vice lords. Now, I didn't know there were
that's
conservative and Democrat vice lords. These niggas is running for office now.
They
So-
been as-
And were known to impersonate one
So they
another,
would've-
court documents say. The brothers testified that while Smith was still involved with the gang, the other had grown, quote, tired of the lifestyle. He just wasn't to get out and was trying to move forward from it. On the night, March 2003, two rival gang members were shot. One was pronounced dead on the scene. The other survived, telling police that D was the man responsible. After D was brought to the police lineup, a 16-year-old witness positively identified him as the killer. I mean, you don't say. The nigga got a twin. At the time, his brother was not present and never participated in a lineup despite efforts to have him come in for it. Now, the thing is, unless there is some real detailed demarcation on one of them to distinguish one from the other, if you bring a pair of twin brothers in there, how the hell is somebody, a witness, going to point one out from the other? Unless they bringing them in that night where they might have had the same clothes on. I mean,
They're playing games.
help me understand this, y'all, because
playing
this shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Now it says he was sentenced to 48 years for first-degree murder plus a 25-year firearm enhancement. So this dude was about to face 73 years. Oh, no, 79, because they threw in the extra 6 for attempted murder.
My bad.
You know what I'm
Trying to find
saying?
My article.
So this is just mind-boggling. You know, what do y'all think about this? Because this is just something different here going on, and you can't make this up. Twin brothers. This got to be the funniest story I seen all day long. But the
It
night is
happens.
still young, so we definitely got room for improvement. So
Just eat my popcorn, girl. This is just popcorn.
now,
Popcorn
one
news.
thing that I want to mention is that there was a memorial here in New York. There was a memorial for um, a, 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 a police officer who was shot by um, another man here in Harlem. You know, he was fighting for his life. He passed away. There was, I think it was two or three cops that got shot, and the shooter got shot himself as well. So all these people they ended up in the hospital. Um, there was one police officer that got killed. His name escapes me. I don't want to mess his name up. It's I know his last name was Rivera, but they had a memorial for him. Um, they are ramping up between the governor of New York State and the mayor of New York City. They are ramping up investigations now. For all who don't
They're
understand
trying to take the
what's
guns
going
off the
on,
streets.
all y'all knucklehead niggas did was get his coon mayor a reason to bring back the stop and frisk rule because this guy is a cop through and through, and his allegiance is to them.
Retired cop.
You know what I'm saying? So, all y'all did was give yourselves a reason to get caught up in some nonsense. And now, there's going to be a lot of people getting stopped for nothing. Their rights being violated.
The crime rate is really high right now in
Yeah,
New York City,
I
and I'm
get
pretty
it.
sure it's like
I
that.
get it. I definitely get it.
What is the chat talking about? I'm just sitting here.
This is something that.
I'm
See, the
I'm
thing is,
I'm eating
I'm
my
not.
popcorn
See,
with
the
the
thing
news.
is, my condolences go. Oh, and the thing that I did find
My
out today is
condolences.
that I believe that the other police officer that was shot, he too had succumbed and passed away as well, along with the shooter. So all three of these
Honey,
people
child, this is
died
gossip.
for nothing. The mother called.
It's all
Yo,
setups. It's
the
all
mother
setups. You know these
called
are
the
all foreign
police
people.
for a disturbance. I don't even know who they are. I don't know who the mother is. I know the. I think the police are Hispanic or something like that. I
Foreign
believe,
people. Foreign
you
people.
know, because they were up there in Dykeman. They had like he was part of this runners club. They had like a memorial run for him. Somebody was painting murals up there
Well,
with
the
his picture.
mayor
You know
made
what I'm
mention
saying?
that
So
they were
we
from
don't.
from other countries, and foreigners worked really hard. He went hard for them. He went hard for the foreigners. He made a
Right.
statement, and the
Right.
police officers, were not from here, and they were rookies. And we don't understand why rookies were being put in certain areas. And I don't even know if those areas were considered bad, high crime areas. I don't know. Very interesting.
Yeah, it really is.
What is the chat talking about?
Um, shout out to the chat, Byron, peace,
Please. I'm just
Akahi
munching, guys.
Media, no doubt. Pull up to the juice bar whenever you get a chance. You know, this show is brought to you by Carbon Juice Lounge,
Sure
located
is.
in the heart of East Harlem,
Yep. Rock star.
2451 Second Avenue, between 110th and 111th Street. Come
Wow.
get your mind right in your
Commercial.
body. Come take care of your temple and get your temple right. And come get one of these killer shots that we got. You know, We can't say the way we want to say, but it's good anyway.
Yeah.
Come on through, get your shot. Come
Yeah,
take
I
part
don't
in
think
the,
you should use
you
the
know,
K word either.
the Sea Killer Challenge, and you too can
Yeah,
be
right.
Instagram famous. Back to you, Shaka. All right, thanks, fella. Um,
I love that. I'm just
what?
munching.
But okay, yeah, Ralim, peace, 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 God. Uh,
Yes.
um, peace to Wiz, moderator. Um, they're not going to compensate anybody. It's definitely going to be open game on the Asiatic community. You know, it's going to be open game. They've been trying to find a reason to do this now because for a year and a half, almost 2 years, they had to sit on their hands. They couldn't do anything, you know, because people were just so far away from each other that you couldn't really find a crime anywhere. People was getting free money, you know
This
what
is
I'm
why I
saying?
think it's a
Thanks
setup.
to the government. And now that money then ran
All the
out
crime is
and the
up
no
now.
jobs
No
because
crime.
of, you know, other situations, people not being able to work the way that they want to work,
Right. Now the crime
we got a
is,
situation where the crime is going up
the
or
crime just mysteriously
it,
happened.
it appears as such.
Nothing was happening.
He said it happened on 135th Street. Yeah, I think it did happen on 135th
All
here
these
in Harlem.
crimes are happening now.
So, and you know, I don't know if we mentioned it, but the young sister got gunned down on 116th Street in a doggone Burger King. Gave up the money to this knucklehead, and he still shot her.
I think all this stuff is a setup. It's just gonna be added up.
It could be, but unfortunately, people
Why is
losing
all
their
these
lives in
crimes-
this setup.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous, man.
Why is all these crimes happening all of a sudden? You can find a crime nowhere a year and a half ago. Nothing was happening. Everyone's was
Right.
confined to
You
their
couldn't
rooms.
even find somebody with the flu. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't find nobody with the flu. You couldn't find nobody with a cold. You couldn't find nobody
We
with
was looking for
nothing.
the flu.
We was out there looking for the flu, trying to find it. That
You was
nigga
trying
took.
to create a crime and say
Man.
he broke my toenail.
Listen, the flu was down in DR, chilling. You know what I'm saying?
It was ghost town.
With the ladies. No flu, no common cold,
What's
none of that
strip
going
where the
on.
ladies be at?
That nigga was down there in DR chilling.
I can't.
You know
So
what I'm
you
saying?
Can't even find the flu.
This is crazy, yo. This is crazy.
I can't.
You know. But that's what it is. We got, you know, all of this stuff going on. And now what happens is you have the governor and the mayor of New York ramping up this investigation and putting in place some type of system because they are aware that most of these guns appear to have came from out of state. So now they got all of these different things coming through at the border and different checkpoints that are taking place. So don't be surprised if you catch people on the bus and the train getting caught up because they thought they could slip through the cracks and it wasn't happening. All they
They're trying to get rid of
did
the
was
guns, period.
open the door to your rights being infringed upon just because.
But listen, the politicians and them are the ones smuggling in the stuff, you know, and across the border and here and under, you know, the underground railroads and all this stuff. And Ray and they ain't really got no pull. They're just taking it across the, you know, they're giving it to them. They're taking getting on the bus from another state and bringing them in. Simple. As far as New York,
man.
now other states you don't have to do that. Other states you literally can carry.
Right. Yeah, you got open carry, you got concealed, you know, carry, concealed carry.
Right.
You got all these different things, you know, and, you know, it doesn't seem to have the same effect. But here, you know, you can turn around and try to exercise your Second Amendment rights because somewhere along the line they they tried to erase the Second Amendment right. You know what I'm saying?
Can
They
they do
try
that?
here in New York. Nah, they can't really do it, but they're doing it by way of this whole smoke and mirrors because for all that don't know, they have attempted or they may have succeeded in making New York like New York City, sort of like a separate jurisdiction.
Listen,
It's like
this
a
is all through
federal.
duress
It's
and
like a straight
coercion.
federal jurisdiction. So certain laws that you can probably because listen, you can go into Westchester County, White Plains, all these other places outside of the city, and there's a lot more leniency. They got gun shops out right outside the city.
Long Island.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of
Long
these
Island
places
is
are
a
not
gun store right
enforcing.
there on Sunrise Highway. I drove past it yesterday. You know,
No mandates, nothing.
all of this is going on. But in the city itself,
That's why we got to
the
get out here.
five boroughs of New York City, it's not the case. So do keep in mind, this shit is about to get crazy. You're about to have a third and fourth hand in your pocket, and
I
you
spoke
ain't
to
even gonna
some.
understand how
I
this
spoke
shit
to
is
some
going down.
officers, and they said the crime rate is reminding them of the '80s. I don't know historically what was going on during that time, but it don't sound good, guys. It just don't sound good.
Yo, Hodge, you always saying something, man.
What are you talking about? The popcorn?
He said, drink some coffee, Kia. Looking sleepy as fuck, take a Red Bull.
I'm not drinking sperm.
You drink Red Bull, yo?
I'm definitely sleepy. But if you know me, you know why.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
here. Salute me, man. I'm here. He's here.
You ain't
We
pull up
working.
yet. You waiting for,
We working.
yo, yeah.
We are
I'm going to talk
working.
to you. I'm going to talk to you,
All
brother.
right. I'm over here trying to listen.
Well, I'm gonna see how I
Matter
want
of
to see how
fact,
your
this
stand up
popcorn
game,
helped
your
me-
stand up comedy game is.
This popcorn helped me stop yawning. I'm just like,
Yeah, I'm definitely happy for the popcorn. Shout out to the popcorn in the building.
I'm good. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
we listen. Next year, millionaires. The year
So,
after that, billionaires.
Haas said municipality. Nah, B, why you waiting? Why you gotta be waiting on the food to come?
What they
you know
do
what I'm
that
saying?
at? I make the best. Yeah, man, listen. You missing out, bro.
You wildin', B, because
You missing
this
out.
this peanut butter punch smoothie that she whipped up.
You just don't know. They
Come
coming
on,
in
B.
by the flock.
They
eating that.
flocking in for that. They flocking for it, B.
So you go
You
ahead
don't
and
even
wait.
understand
That
the
is
type
food.
of you don't
That
even
is the
understand the
food.
type of time we on over here, B. You know what I'm saying?
But that is
Carbon
the food.
Juice Lounge is lit.
That's the food. Meal replacement.
Right. We giving people meal replacements, B,
That's
so
the
they
food.
can sustain themselves. You know?
Yo,
That's
wish I had
coming
that
though
smoothie
because
right now.
if you came, you would see, you would know that it was on the way. But you didn't even come for that.
So it don't matter.
You know what I'm saying?
It don't matter. No worry.
But we still love our brother. We still love our brother. I just want to see how he fares, when we do comedy night. I want to see how his stand-up comedy game is. I want to see him, make the room,
He's comical to
keel
you.
over.
Read
Okay,
to the
then
people.
I see you practicing. You definitely practicing on your stuff.
What is he saying?
He said veggie patties make it more lit. That's
I'm
my
gonna eat this
man.
popcorn so I won't
That
yawn
is
anymore.
my man, King Haas. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Okay.
get it twisted. The brother got bars. But
Okay.
as we continue on, see, this is the type of stuff you're going to be dealing with. It says a SWAT team raids NBA YoungBoy's Texas home and arrests 3 of his associates. Like, for what? Y'all came up into this man's crib unannounced and y'all putting niggas in bracelets. What type of shit is that? You know what I'm saying? It says, according to TMZ, a SWAT team arrived at the Texas residence on Tuesday morning with a warrant. Oh, they had a warrant. Authorities arrested 3 young boy associates and charged them with aggravated robbery and assault. That ain't looking too good for your boy, young boy, because he's, you know what I'm saying, he's got supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, pockets supposed to be pregnant and all of that. And niggas got to go out there, strong arming people for bread. You know what I'm saying? If you getting it, why your man's in the... But anyway, it says charges stem from their connection to a shooting in November 2021. The man survived the shooting but suffered several body and headshots. God damn. The SWAT officers seized an AR-15 rifles, pistols, and long firearms during the raid. I think Texas would be one of them carry states, open carry states. Even though the property was purchased by a young boy, the home has been occupied by his mother. However, it is unclear if she was present at the time of the raid, but reports show that she was not arrested. It says NBA YoungBoy has been dealing with his own gun-related charges. The rapper was released from jail back in October 21. The arrest comes after a warrant for his arrest was issued in his Baton Rouge hometown for firearm charges. YoungBoy was released from jail after paying $500,000 and is currently on house arrest in Utah. So this dude from Baton Rouge, mama live in Texas, and he got a ankle bracelet in Utah. He get around, y'all. He get around. But this is what I'm saying. It's gonna be stuff like this. Outside of the initial circumstances going on based off of somebody being shot, again, the violence is giving people and the government and these policy enforcers the green light to lock you up first and ask questions later. What kind of shit is that? Are y'all down for that? Chat? Audience? Are y'all down for that? Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for that type of smoke?
I don't know. But check this out.
Crazy.
Now, you just spoke about the shooting of the police officers, right? And the possible bringing back the stop and frisk situation, right? According to crime in New York, according to Tintin Wiz, vehicles parked near the Harlem precinct where 2 officers were killed during a shooting ambush had their tires slashed on Wednesday. A marked NYPD car and van at the 32nd precinct each had their rear driver's side tires slashed, along with the van from the Darren CT Police Department had its rear passenger side tires slashed at around 6:30 p.m., officials said. So something is going on more than we even know, more than we can imagine. Because who would do that, right? Who would do that? That sounds like revenge. That sounds like, people who do those type of things and have those type of behaviors are trying to seek revenge. So it's like, was this a personal thing with the officers? Very interesting. New Yorkers confused, frustrated by mask mandate, legal fight. Okay. So Long Island, according to Pix 11, there has been no small amount of confusion around the issue of masks in schools. This week out on Long Island and in other parts of the state, a lower court at first said Governor Kathy Hogan's mask mandates was unconstitutional before a higher court put the mandate back in place Tuesday pending a hearing on Friday. So it's like a ping pong. And it's just this is like becoming like overwhelming and just annoying. You know what I'm saying? It just overwhelming. People are protesting for they not to be in school. They're saying it's a health risk. It is a health risk to the students at this point, and of course even to the teachers. So what are they doing? Having the mask on all day, right? For 8 hours straight. It's an issue. I stopped yawning, you guys. I was tired. What is the chat talking about? Can I be off the screen for like 1 minute, 160 seconds? We want to read that, and I want them to see this article. So, what do y'all think about tires? Police department tires at the police station being slashed. This is the station that the where the two officers that were shot worked at. Very interesting. That seems so personal to me. Or it's just a message that's being sent. It may not be personal. You gotta remember,
Yep.
people are out there they're tired.
Yep.
Shaka, can you take me off the screen for a minute? They're
So
just tired.
so what's happening here is what's happening here is oh no, that's
Peace, everybody. You gotta read what the chat is talking about. Shout out to the chat. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
what's happening here. Well, Haas said he looking like a clone. Something is off with him. He said these rappers look like plants working for the powers that be. All distractions from what's what. This shit is about to turn into minority port for real, for real. Then he says, nah, sounds like agent provocateurs at play. So many wheels turning, you don't know what's real or what's fake. Peace, Jason.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, all of that.
Most of it's fake.
Yeah, most of that stuff is made up. They have to
And
manufacture news. We kind of got wind of that type of situation that it's just ridiculous. But it is what it is, y'all. You know, we know what's going on. We know what type of games is being played. People that are in the know are fully aware that this is a psyop, and you know we just have to keep our eyes and ears, sharp.
Just like the George
Yeah,
Floyd
exactly. How I said they crisis actors. We definitely can see that. We definitely can see that. That's a fact. So this is some of the stuff that we got out here that we have to deal with. You know, and the thing is, these guys are not performing, so a lot of these artists are not making money.
Nope.
So they're resorting back to different tactics and different things that they may
Trying to take our
have been
jobs.
aware of. Yeah, yeah. All these rappers out here having podcasts now because they have to, do what they got to do. But, you know, when the money start getting low and bills got to be paid, with these guys because they are living on such an extreme level. And it's not even just the rappers. I'm talking about actors have taken a hit because, it's a whole lot of different people in the entertainment industry. You have athletes that are taking a hit, but that's for their own doing. That's based on a choice that they made. And, you know, you still have a lifestyle that you kind of put yourself out there to maintain, and you ain't able to maintain it. and you start getting pressured, you start reverting back to, your hustle minded days. Ain't nothing wrong with a good hustle as long as it's legal and you ain't hurting nobody. I ain't against. I ain't against. I excuse me. I was drinking some ginger ale. I'm not against the hustle mentality. I'm only against when it's at the expense of one of your own brothers and sisters, and it's something that out the gate is something you shouldn't do, because if you are God and you got a good mind between your ears, then you got all the tools needed to come up with something, you know, that's going to be uh, economically sound and creative for you to do. You know, it's easy. We've been doing it since whenever. When all of this stuff came out, they came out with all these designer masks. I go into the discount store, and the little Indian lady got a damn Gucci mask on. She got a Gucci mask. So you gonna sit here and tell me that there's no way for brothers and sisters out here to get money in a legal fashion and still, you know, keep your wits about you? Come on, man. Come on.
Commerce as usual. And
Right. The
believe me,
commerce
we're
game
coming up
don't
with a
stop.
formula for people, little short videos to teach people how to get that. You can read this article to them.
The commerce game do not stop.
We're gonna teach y'all how to get it. Trust me. We're work in progress.
Oh, okay. Let me get that. Let me get that. Let me get that right there, right there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay, you said look at how it says look at WAC 100. I guess there's some information up there. But in regards to like the rappers and stuff like that, what we talking about?
Check this out. Yeah, back 100. But look at what Biden and his administration is coming out and saying now. This is all interesting. You cannot make this up, fam. You just can't. You just can't. My daughter put this on me. You just can't.
Okay. Now this one here is a doozy, y'all. Make sure y'all sitting down. I don't want nobody knees buckling. Right? So it states that after all we went through, even getting the, you know what? I'm not even gonna go there because I don't want it to happen again. The Biden administration withdraws the slab jab or test mandate for large employers. It says the mandate would have covered more than 80 million workers and prevented more than 6,500 deaths. I wonder how they got to that number. And 250,000 hospitalizations in the next 6 months, the administration said.
I tell
So
you, boy, these must
let's
be
see
Jesus.
what happens, being that they don't do it. Let's see if those numbers are higher or lower.
But first of all, these people must be Jesus' cousin with all these predictions. In March, the Omicron is going to be finished. This would have covered more than 650,000 people and deaths. So if it would have covered that, why did now you have to read the article and figure out why did he stop it then? Come on, man. It's like, come on. If you didn't have common sense, these people making damn sure they put it back into you. They making sure a bell rings in your head with the stupidness that they always be saying.
So this here is according to mainstream media. So this is not our opinion. This is what's being reported. It says the administration is withdrawing its slab jab or test requirements for employers, large employers, citing the Supreme Court's recent decision to block the rule. The labor the Labor Department or OSHA said that the withdrawal of the mandate will be effective Wednesday. The Supreme Court this month blocked the mandate, which required large businesses to ensure that the workers are slabbered against, you know, the situation, or wear masks and get tested weekly. The court's conservative majority said the administration had gone too far in imposing such a sweeping requirement on the country's businesses.
Mind you,
So
go ahead.
the you know there's some people in the corporate legislature
Who was saying y'all
who
better fix this.
who are right. They're saying like, come on,
This
you
is our
you you
money
going
right
too
here.
far
Y'all go
because
too far.
you cutting into our profits.
We ain't gonna pay y'all, so y'all keep on. Somebody gonna get this burn.
It says the workplace mandate requires companies with 100 or more employees to ensure that their workers either get slabbered or wear masks and show negative tests at least once a week. The White House estimated that requirement would cover 4 million workers. So that's what they had the plan for, and the Supreme Court didn't see it the way that they saw it. So now they have to deal with backpedaling. From
It's not
one of
even
the
about the
reports.
Supreme Court seeing the way they're seeing it, but it's about them providing substantial evidence to support their claim. They have yet to do so. It's so simple. You're breaking every law it's in itself, okay?
Well, and the thing about it is that it looks like the only evidence they're able to muster up is a forecast, something that's not guaranteed. Like this is like like my man
Hypothesis?
Jason say, it's hypothecated.
Hypothecated.
You know what I'm saying?
Scientific to me.
These
They got to
niggas
do
is
their little prediction.
hypothecating something and putting it out there to make people, or at least make the narrative appear a certain way. But apparently, based off of this court's decision, they didn't bring enough evidence to convince this panel on what they were trying to do.
Facts. Matter of
So-
fact, within the courts, the court, within the petition, they had stated that it wasn't a disaster. Let me tell you something, man. Listen, 5 to 10 years from now, we're all going to sit back and watch everything unfold. All of this information is going to come out in details, and it's going to be mind-blowing to a lot of people except for us, because we cannot express enough. Like, come on now, at this point they're blatantly saying certain things right within your face, and your ears just refuse to hear it. It's like a deaf ear. And I'm like, how is this possible? Like, these people are being caught red-handed, like they are being monitored through a microscope right now. We got our TikTokers out there. We got people listening and hearing and exposing these people daily, like daily. Yeah, they may not be experts. Yeah, they may not be qualified or certified or licensed. But listen. You don't need a license to sit up there and listen to Dr. Fauci and listen to Bill Gates and hear them say certain things like, yeah, we depopulate. We wanna kill as many children. Like they're slipping up and saying things. You don't need a license to hear things the way they are being said to you and to make a sound decision on what you're not going to do. You don't need no certificate for that. You don't need an MBA for that. You need nothing outside of common sense. Common sense trumps everything. I don't care what kind of white jacket you have on. I don't care about what linguistic abilities you may have, what rhetoric you may use. Common sense.
Yeah, common sense, y'all. So,
God damn it, I'm gonna get
shout
a
out.
T-shirt that says "Common Sense."
Okay. Um, um,
Shout out.
yeah, Yashanan, piece of the God. He says, sounds like we need to tighten up even more, and you're right. Everything always comes out in the wash. Give it some time.
Mm, mm, mm.
That's a whole fact.
But it's just unfortunate, King, because it's just unfortunate because a lot of people voluntarily allow themselves to be test studies, and I know everyone has their own circumstance, and a lot of people, but there's people out there who really really believe this stuff, and they get frustrated when you speak the truth. You're telling them what the CDC said. You're telling them what Fauci said. You're telling them the oppositions of doctors who are saying no, something ain't right.
Yeah, that's true. We got to be careful now because we towing the line. You about to go and yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You
I'm
was
sitting here, I'm
I
letting
was
that shit
thinking-
ride. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to step in at some point because we need to keep coming on week after week, and
So we
I
gotta
don't want
use-
nothing to fuck that up.
that.
You know what I'm saying?
You sound like the people.
You know what I'm saying? I like this shit. I like coming on here and fucking chopping it up with y'all, man.
He
You know what I'm
sound
saying?
like the people.
I don't need her over here, because she want to get on the soapbox right now, and I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? I like when she get on the soapbox, but I got we ain't out the doghouse yet. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta
He
chill.
was speaking pig Latin.
You know
So
what I'm
you better have
Nigga, she getting kind of crazy out here.
Like, hold on,
We
hold
fucked
on.
up.
Partner.
Yeah, we be fucked up in the game here. We don't need none
Choose
of
your
that.
words wisely
You know.
before but look, that's so sad to not come on, man. No freedom of speech on this platform. Nothing. The community
now you
guidelines
doing
are
that
just
money.
interesting to me.
You must have been a tightrope walker in your past life. You know what I'm saying? Or a gymnast or something, because she out here doing backflips, y'all.
Listen, I gotta give the people the truth. I can't. You got my cheeks hurting.
I co-sign that part. I just don't co-sign, what they used to call them in Batman, oh man, what the fuck? What was Robin's family name? The flying.
Don't ask me.
The flying.
Oh, Batman.
The flying.
The flying family.
Yeah, it was some shit. The Flying Graysons or some shit like that. Yeah, the Flying Graysons or something. That's what she is right now. She over here, swinging on the trapeze like, yeah, I dare you to pull this fucking swing back. I dare you to fake push the swing out like, ah. Yeah. Let me put. All right, you ready? All right, come on. All right, swing.
I needed this laugh. Shaka is hilarious. I really
You know what I'm
needed this laugh. Oh man, Shaka, that was funny. Listen, I was about to go in.
Now I have something that I want to kind of, share with y'all. Just a little bit.
Because let me explain something to y'all. We about to crack. You know what? I can't even say.
See, see what I'm
I
saying?
can't go to equity process.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh, I
dun.
promise
You know
y'all.
what I'm saying? She out
I
here
promise
doing
y'all.
backflips, y'all.
We getting there. I promise y'all that.
All right, check this out. Because, I got the fam on, you know what I'm saying? And we moving and grooving right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pasha, Sister Pasha.
Peace.
Peace. You know what I'm saying?
I can't.
So, you need to have your trust set up, right? You know what I'm
Who
saying?
you talking to? You talking to the general
I'm
population
talking
right
to
now?
everybody on the website. You know what I'm saying? Forget
Okay.
about the people in our audience. I'm speaking to every audience.
So
out
how do
there.
we do this? You take your LLC and put it into your C corp to put it into your business trust, and from your business trust to put it into an express trust.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what she said. Don't ask me to repeat it because I ain't going to be able to do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm rolling right now. I need this love here.
Yo. All right, so now.
Read.
All right. All right, so check it out.
Okay, y'all.
So,
I'm serious.
This is a fascinating book. I would,
Hey, just read. No,
I would give the title out, but I don't want to, give out too much right now on these public airways. So I'm gonna just start reading from the first chapter.
these boxes on
It says, "Contracts make the law." It says, "No state shall pass any law impairing the obligation of contracts." Hopefully, y'all know what that means. That's coming from Section 10, Clause 1 of the Constitution for the United States. Right? It says, "Contracts make the law. The only way an act of government can be binding on us is if we contract with the government through that act." So now it's stating that you have to knowingly get into a contract that's going to fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? You got to knowingly get into this contract.
That kind of sound like the government. You normally know the slabber jabber is gonna mess you up, and you
Right.
kind of gotta
You
take
like,
it. That's
fuck it,
gonna
you know what I'm
fuck
saying?
you up.
I'm not going to ask what's in the... You know what I'm saying?
I'ma just.
I'm not going to pray. I'm just going to say, give me the business.
Did
You know
y'all
what I'm
hear
saying?
that sister go up there and say that? I'ma just put my arm out and tell them and let them poke me. I can't. I cannot.
Mm-hmm. So then it says, "Contracts make the law. Everything that is going on in the United States today is based on the 10 planks of the Communist Manifesto."
Okay, contracts make the law,
Contracts make the law.
not the politicians,
No, not the politicians.
not Ray Ray and them on the corner,
Nah, definitely not Ray Ray. and them.
not Kathy Hogan.
Nope, not even them Karens that be out there just fucking up people's day on a daily basis. They got a whole Karen organization out there. These niggas meet and go, we gotta step our hate up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta step up the hate. So instead of one person in the mall, we're gonna send 2 women to every mall over here on this side of the Mississippi,
'Cause that's
and
what
we're
we
gonna
gonna
give these
do.
motherfuckers hell.
Mm.
So, all right, I digressed again. So it says, "We are communists, whether we know it or not, we are whether we know it or not, who must change in order to become free."
Pause. No homo. What do communists mean?
That's a good question. No, matter of fact,
No
let me look
homo.
up- No homo, yo. No homo, Yoko Ono. All right.
I want to know the backside of the communists. No homo.
So what we're going to do is not even the communists. We're going to look up the word Communist Manifesto.
Yeah, we need to notice people because guess what? Shaka El Bay is putting some juicy paperwork together. And ooh, you're gonna get so right.
Yeah, that's
You
if
gonna
you want
get
to be
so
free.
right. You
Now,
wanna
if
be
you want that,
free.
you wanna let ignorance be bliss because you like the way that medium rare steak tastes, and that's on you.
Pause. No homo. What's going on?
Yo, I mean that's just a scene from Matrix.
You don't want to break
I ain't
community
gonna go through all
guidelines with that kind of talk.
No, you know what? Let me go into a definition. I don't want to get into. I don't want to get into any infringement
My breath
situation.
smell like ginger ale, guys.
All right. So it says a socialist manifesto written by Marx and Engels in 1842 describing the history of the working class movement to their views. Now, this is, you know, this is their view.
So a communist is a working class people.
Um,
Manifesto.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so can you
So they
read that?
have a view of the Communist Manifesto. Let me see if we can. Let's see if we can do this. Summary. Um, the Communist Manifesto reflects an attempt to explain the goals of communism as well as the theory underlying this movement. It argues that class struggles or the exploitation of one class by another are the motivating force behind all historical governments. Class relationships are defined by an era's means of production. However, eventually these relationships cease to be compatible with the developing forces of production. At this point, a revolution occurs and a new class emerges as the ruling one. This process represents the march of history, quote unquote, as driven by larger economic forces.
So once again, Communist Manifesto.
So that is based off of what we were
A
reading.
social
Let me get
class.
back.
So you can go back to that word that you read in your book.
Yeah.
Since we have an understanding of what Communist
All right. So
Manifesto means.
let's get back to the science. So now it states, based off of what it says, every member of my world has the power of attorney over himself, over his legal person. He is competent to handle his own affairs. It's all contract. You don't owe them any money unless you contract with them to pay it. No contract means no obligation to perform. For instance, my friend got a speeding ticket and he wrote on the front and the back, no contract, no consent, offer refused, and mailed it in to the court. If he receives any correspondence from the court, he will write them back and demand that they prove their claim in writing with law references that his handling of the ticket was wrong. They can't prove that he was conducting commerce at the time of the traffic stop.
Ooh,
You see the science
that
in
sounds so
Because
sexy.
if you're either traveling or you're driving.
Which
So,
one? What is the difference?
traveling means you're moving about freely on these highways and byways, and if you're driving, that means you're operating a conveyance for hire.
I don't think the
Like
people
Uber.
understand pause. Yeah,
Like
yeah. You
Uber.
got to talk to
If
youngins. You got
are
to.
an Uber driver, then you're working. You're working. You're a driver for hire. You know.
Ooh, so they hire you.
Yeah.
So
you
you're
get hired
driving.
every time somebody go into the app and request your services to pick them up and take you where you want to go.
So when you're driving, you're an employee.
Yes, by some stretch, yeah. Because you're operating within their system, using their instruments,
There.
and getting their permission to do so.
What is this?
So,
THEIR? There?
yeah,
There.
yeah.
Who is there?
Uh, the municipality,
Oh,
the
my Lord.
municipality, the township, or the city that you reside in or domicile in. If you are looking to them to grant you permission to do something that you have the right to do by your own will and by the will of the Most High, Allah, then
Oh my God.
you're going to get exactly what you asked for, and that's a fucking migraine.
Oh my God.
So
Read.
that's what it is. Okay, let's go to the next part. You ain't gonna be on this too long. I just want to drop a little something on y'all, so y'all can understand what it is. Our word trumps theirs no matter what is said.
What?
As long as we know who and what we are in the law, we cannot lose. If they send me anything in the mail, I will return it offer refused within 3 days, as per contract law. You have 3 days to refuse any contract offer of any kind. Know who and what you are in the law so that you will know how to handle any situation they present to you.
So our word trumps theirs?
Yes,
So you can
because
say, excuse me, agency, corporation. I said I ain't do it.
see, this is the thing. The bottom line is you are the person who is
Guilty by association?
no. You are the person who is the real party. Now, someone out there is acting on policy, which is not law. It is not governed by anything tangible.
What is policy?
Policy is man-made law.
Also, I could just say every time I come into my apartment, you have to put your shoes on the right and walk in the apartment by with your socks. Is that policy?
Yes, that is policy.
So what is law?
If you law is something that is unmutable. It's something that allows every person the right to do without to do something without infringing on another person's rights.
Is
So
that
I can
natural?
go outside. Yeah, that's natural law. Common law is governed by natural law. Natural law is God's law. You got to see the correlation with that. So now we have to live under God's law. That's the way we're supposed to live. We're governed by the rules and the tenets of our ancestors and the instruction on our messengers and the spirit of our Most High. That is how we're supposed to be conducting ourselves out here. This is how society is supposed to engage and operate. But
So you mean to
we're
tell me
living
that we ain't
we're
supposed to
living
be
in
outside
somebody
twerking?
else's reality. This is not our reality. We're living in someone else's reality.
Kind of reminds me of the Matrix, though.
It's exactly what it is. The Matrix had to be one of the very best movies ever made because it gave you an understanding in real time, front and center, how this thing operates and how they would do anything to keep you within their shackles. This is how the game is played. And as long as you are willing, you're a willing. Now, this is an oxymoron.
Oh,
You're
please.
you're you're acting willingly ignorant.
willingly ignorant.
Right. So you're willingly doing something that you know is going to be detrimental to you when you contract with them.
But you do it because
Everybody's circumstance is different, so everybody may have a different reason as to why they would, or are put into a situation where they have to contract. But you have the right to contract unlimited, so you can ultimately revise any terms being brought forth on how they want to contract with you. You can reissue the terms of any agreement. I just need y'all to know that. So, all right. Shout out to J Bay. Shout out to Adam.
shut
What up,
up.
y'all? So, I'm gonna read this last part, and we just gonna you know, you want to hear any more? You want to hear any more? You know, stuff like this. See me on Sunday. It says no. Matter of fact, yeah. Because I'm in the process of restructuring some things, so that that
You're
that
not going to read that part. That's a secret.
yeah.
Yeah, when we get these documents together, it's gonna
yeah,
be
it's gonna
it's gonna be
be
powerful. It's
yeah,
gonna get us to the
and
promised land. Cause I'm tired of this.
and this is gonna be something that you're gonna have to, you know, you will have to get right
Get it right.
and
Get it
step up.
right.
This
Get
is
it
gonna
tight.
be a membership situation because
I like the
we don't
sound of
have
that
time
voice.
to waste, and I'm not about to get you know into a situation where someone wants to take what you do and take your the time with you, your sweat equity.
Mm.
I'm not going to let somebody manipulate me for my sweat equity. So then it goes back to this here. It says to remove contracts that you know nothing about, rebut their silent presumptions by declaring your true status in the law, and the truth shall set you free. John 8:32. It all begins with knowing who you are. Names are irrelevant. It's the role you play in their game that counts. I am not a citizen of the United States Corporation. Therefore, I am not an employee of the United States Inc., who is subject to the statutes and regulations defined in the IRS code, which apply only to U.S. contract employees. I am man. I was created by God with dominion. The created is subject to the creator and to nothing else. So this is why I'm saying you have to live under God's law, because God's law is going to, it's going to deliver you results that you can see a yield on.
Right. Which
All
is
right.
the law of the land. But that's neither here or there. Stay tuned. Some documents and webinars will be coming out very soon. And it's going to be litty. It's going to be like 2022. I'm super excited about it because we're going to move to the next level, and we hope that everyone comes with us. We have learned a few things. There's a lot of rumors out there about so many things circulating in regards to us, in regards to other people, in regards to me. But yeah, it's that time. I'm making moves, and the trust is from what we're researching is just like imperative that you have, and it has to be set up right. Um, everyone, it has to be set up right, and you know what? There's many ways to doing
Yeah.
things. That's what's up.
Well, to answer the question, Jay Bay says, "Does this trump the injunction?" Nah, it doesn't trump the injunction. It's something similar to the injunction. The injunction is an equitable process,
The
and
injunction, man, it was nice. I like the
um,
injunction.
it's on the same lines of the injunction. This is not something that is contrary to what you and I have learned. So it's the same thing.
As they say, the same difference.
The same difference.
Okay.
Another one of those terms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Some dope information in that book. Some
But
dope.
um,
Powerful book. Powerful
uh,
book. And we got it from somebody
the
who
caller could call back
got some remedy.
if you wanna get on.
We got it from somebody who actually did a few things as of weeks ago. So I'm just like super excited and whew,
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Hold on.
there's a caller. Okay. Can't believe it. We finally got a breakthrough. Got somebody who did some things.
All right. Peace. Peace.
Peace, y'all. Peace, y'all. I'm glad to see y'all back on.
Oh yeah, thanks. Peace.
I came in late. I never get the notification, so apologize for coming in when I did. I looked up, I'm like, whoa, they're on.
Yeah, I don't know why. As for some reason, a lot of people are saying they don't get the notification.
Yeah, I don't. And I'm subscribed and everything. I said, let me unsubscribe and see, but I am
Yeah,
subscribed.
you probably gotta unsubscribe and subscribe again. But at this
So,
point, with all
not
this
sure why
information,
I'm not
sure.
notified.
Shit, we gonna have to just send up some fucking shoot some flares in the sky with the House of Harlem bat signal on it. You know what I'm saying? So everybody can see.
That's hilarious.
But yeah,
So y'all were talking about y'all were talking about, this is in conjunction with the trust. That's what y'all were talking more about the trust, not about
this is right. This is coming out of some information that's talking about the concept. This was like the first chapter, so they were kind of laying the groundwork to
Okay.
the importance of having a trust.
Gotcha.
So this is a trust book that I'm reading from.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it sounded good. I caught it at the tail end. I was like, oh, I like that. So I didn't know if it was more like the injunction, because I noticed it had some, you were talking about traveling and driving. And so I was like, oh, is they talking about the injunction? So
Right.
Yeah. But see, the thing is, you were right on point because the same concept of understanding the law, who you are, what you are.
Mhm.
It's the same concept when you're going into the injunction as well. So this is all about um shit, damn, my brain just.
The trust,
just
the
say
injunction.
it's all about equitable remedy.
Okay.
You know.
Gotcha.
Right, because that's what we
Yeah,
are.
I like that. I like the equity side.
Yes. That,
The equity side
this book
is
was
everything. So I can't wait till we, get that perfected and, do it the way, the brother been teaching us and, do it for our family. That's what's important right now.
Absolutely.
Ashe.
Yeah.
And we gonna get there. We close, man.
Yeah, we're definitely close. We right there. I'm so excited. Like, I don't know what to do. No.
I'm super excited, especially when you meet someone who has done it recently. Oh man.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a game changer. So these books was recommended, and we gonna this is it.
Are those books available to us, or we need to wait to get that information, or how does that work?
These you gotta wait to get that information.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to say it on. We don't
because
want to say.
it's like a whole slew of them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I wanna absorb what's in it, so that even when I read it and I divulge it, I could, you know, um, I can clearly, uh, just I could clearly decipher it. I could clearly um, give a concept of what's taking place. And this book here, that's just the first 2 or 3 pages of the book that I was
Right.
reading. So I basically
Okay.
just cracked it open.
Good. Hopefully, I can go back and listen because I missed that part, and the part that I heard, I really, like the energy on that. So I want to tap into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We gonna go into it. We gonna get this work
This,
because I
this,
got some
these,
I
these
got some
information.
shit that I just came across. So I
Mm,
I'm gonna we about to get this work.
good. Good. Sounds good. I think I had a question. So with the, so how? Okay. With the trust that we have in Georgia already set up, correct?
Hmm.
So, is it fair to say that we need to finish that one, get it all, like with the promissory note and all that, before we venture into South Carolina? I'm sorry, South Dakota, or we could pretty much just. Are we waiting
Yeah,
on John
yeah.
for the
I
South
mean,
Dakota Trust? I wasn't sure because
well,
I
the
think I
thing
missed.
is, it's just a matter of a
Finishing what you
nuance
start.
that's needed in order for us to move what we have to South Dakota. Now,
Gotcha.
um, it would probably be best if you did have this stuff done, because now when you move, or when you changing locations for your cities, everything is gonna move with it. So
Right.
if you're gonna do things now to kind of make sure that you don't have to do it later, or maybe South Dakota may charge more to do the same
Right.
thing. So
Hmm.
if it's, I'm doing mine down there. You know what I'm
Down there.
saying?
Right.
And I'm putting all my paperwork in down there, and then when it's time to bunny hop, I'm bunny hopping
Then
with
we
a
doing the
big
bunny.
bag.
Then we doing the bunny hop. Gotcha. Yeah, that's kind of thinking. I wasn't sure. Like, I know Jonah's supposed to, he's leading us on that, and I appreciate him.
Yeah,
So I'm pretty much waiting for him to say, 'cause I know he likes to go ahead of us and give us the, proper information, so we don't have to fall and hit our head and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he definitely knows what it is, and I think um hopefully within the next couple of months, well, probably when it starts to get warm, we should be able to have
Yeah.
something in place
Right.
to get South Dakota off and running. You know,
Definitely cold out there. Ain't no
it's
place to be
cold
hanging.
as fuck out there, and listen, they be getting
That's hilarious.
they getting snow in like May, April and May. They still be getting snow out there in South Dakota. Word.
Yeah. They start in like August, no, September,
Yeah.
October. Because I
Yep.
was out there. I've worked out there before, so I know what it's like. It's cold even when it's not cold because it's windy. They get a lot of wind out there.
Mm.
Mm.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's a lot of flat land, so that air is
yeah,
just blowing.
it might be 30, but it feels 30 below. Like for real.
Damn.
That's what they tell me. They're like, why don't you stay and experience that? I was like, no thanks. I'm good. I'll let y'all tell me about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I worked out there on the reservation with the natives, so I got some good experience with that. You know, that government side
I
of it,
would
that
never live
$5
out there.
Indian side. It was very
Never.
interesting.
I would
Uh,
never ever ever live out
right
there.
now,
Too
we
cold for
talking
me.
about freaking warm weather, somewhere we can go out comfortable and come back comfortable.
And that's why
Absolutely.
when we get this
All
equity,
that
when we
other
get
shit
these
is not happening.
houses,
No, that's
we
out the
out.
window. But yeah, okay, that was my thing. I'm gonna finish up everything in Georgia, get that solidified, get that solid. Because from what I think, was it Jonah's show that he read that someone came in and said that in Georgia, even though we have the express trust, we cannot get equity in the property in Georgia, something to that nature, or we can't hold property for the benefit of the trust for the benefit. Let me see, we can't hold property in trust for the benefit of the beneficiary, something to that nature. Was that, did I hear that correctly or?
I'm not sure. I know what you're talking about. I can't really remember because I was thinking that it was like property out of state or something.
Mm.
I don't even remember. Don't get me
Yeah, I
wrong.
kind of, yeah, exactly. I got to get
I'm gonna have
clarity
to.
on that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd have to listen back and get that information again.
yeah. If you will, like maybe on the Sunday bill, I'm gonna definitely try to get on, and we can bring that up. And I think it was somebody came in and they read the actual code for it, or
Oh,
the rule or whatever, the equity rule in
yeah.
Georgia.
Hold up. That wasn't. It wasn't Monday. You talking about last week?
No,
Somebody.
it's been a minute. It's been probably like a month or two ago.
Oh,
When he
okay.
first before he started talking about South Dakota, or right around the time he started talking about South Dakota, somebody came in and said, "Look, this is what I found in Georgia," and I remember he read it.
Georgia.
So I may have to go back a couple of shows and just catch it because he did go into it.
Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Okay.
there gotta be some other states as well. But I'll tell you this much: we there.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Can't wait.
I love it. All right, y'all. That
All
was my
right,
question.
man.
I
We're
just wanted
gonna
to call
shut
in and
shut
you know.
down the House of Harlem studio. We
All right.
thank you
No
guys for
doubt,
rocking with
J
us.
Bay. We appreciate you as always.
No problem. Thanks for having this
Thank you.
space, and we're gonna keep it moving, Morris.
All
Morris,
right.
do your best.
Yes.
Morris, look your best.
Facts. Facts. That's what's up.
Absolutely. We
All
about to
right, then. Peace, y'all.
All right. Peace.
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 Yeah. It seems like Shaka and I are gonna have to create our own class. Read.
Read.
Listen, man, we appreciate you guys rocking with us at House of Harlem Studio. It feels good to be back at work. I appreciate and enjoy this. This platform was built so long ago. This is our second platform. We got shut down the first time because we're always keeping it real. But you best believe we have a job to complete, and the job is called equity. And believe me, we get into the promised land. We are astute learners, and we are going to continue to study, um, and create remedy and build with people who already did it. We're grateful because our energy is just pulling in the right people around us in our circle. So I know I'm grateful. How about you, Shaka?
Yeah, I'm very grateful. This is exciting. It's a fun time to be doing what we're doing, and we're gonna definitely keep going. We're gonna definitely keep going to make sure that we get to the
That's where we going. In the
yeah.
meantime, in between time, we got to make sure we keep our eyes on the prize, and that's the people who love us so much, our dear government, our dear federal and state and local legislators, and our governors and mayors and our congressmen. They love us so much. They love us so much that they gave us free French fries. They gave us free lotto tickets. They love us so much. So because of all that love, we got to keep our eyes on the prize. And just recently, they deployed the National Guards. And guess what? We got to still keep our eyes on the prize. But in the meantime, in between time, the revolution will not be televised. So this equity process will not be mentioned on this platform, and even some private platforms now. We just got to get it right. Get it right. Get it tight. Listen, this TV personality thing, this radio personality thing, is easy for me. How
Yeah,
about you,
right.
Shaka?
Yeah, right. You
You
talk
say
about
yeah, right.
that easy peasy stuff. I don't know about all of that.
Don't let it
You know,
fool you.
don't let it fool you.
All right
Oh
then, man.
no.
Let Shaka close it out. Peace to the gods and goddesses. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to share this content. Give it to your friend of an enemy. How you say it, Shaka?
Yeah, give it to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell an enemy.
In that order is what he said.
Yeah, that kind of
That
thing.
sounds so sexy.
That kind of thing right there.
All right, guys. Until next time.
Yes, yes.